Okay, what am I making you for dinner?
I don't know.
What did you say you wanted?
Quesadilla.
Quesadilla? Okay, we'll make quesadillas, all right?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, let's go over our quesadilla ingredient list. At a minimum, you're going to need at least 2 tortilla shells. This one's about 1 foot in diameter. You're going to need some cream cheese, some refried beans, and some cheddar cheese. This is a mixture of white and yellow cheddar because that's what I had on hand. Some optional ingredients. I like to use green olives. If you have black olives, that's good too. I like some heat, so I'm going to use some green chilies. If you have red chilies, that's okay too. I might put in a chipotle pepper and some of the adobo sauce that these come in, and some taco seasoning. This stuff is really good for that sort of, Mexican Southwest flavor. It's pretty hard to replicate, and well, you just can't go wrong with some good old taco seasoning. I'm also going to use some scallions, both in the quesadillas and as a garnish, and of course salt, pepper, and well, it doesn't hurt if you have a couple beers along the way, I guess. Now I've let this cream cheese sit out for a bit, so it's fairly soft and spreadable, and what I'm going to do is just spread it on it's called the bottom piece of my tortilla shell. This will be my bottom half of the quesadilla. So take about, 1, maybe 2 tablespoons of refried beans, and again, spread them all over the tortilla. Okay, now I've spread out the refried beans fairly evenly. The next step is going to be to add some grated cheese. Now, you're going to need about 1 cup, maybe half a cup. It depends on how much cheese you like. I like quite a bit. So on approximately 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese per quesadilla that you're making. And this one's going to be for my daughter, so I'm not going to make this one spicy. So if you're going to use a sort of a more tangy cheese or spicy cheese like Monterey Jack or something like that, you just got to be careful and mindful of who you're serving it to. Okay, now that I've got my green olives on here, I'm going to just put some scallions, or green onions as some people call them, on top. I really like the kind of the sharpness of the green onions on here, and they just add some nice texture. We'll use these for our garnish as well. And then I'm going to add some taco seasoning and just literally just sprinkle it on top like that. Just make sure you get some all over the place. Now I like to add a little bit of heat, so I'll use some chili sauce. All right, we've almost assembled our quesadilla. Let me just give you a look up close here. It's loaded with ingredients, and then the last step is going to be to take the cover, which I've also applied some cream cheese on this tortilla, and I'm just gonna lay it on top like this, line everything up, and you can see this is it's a pretty good sized thick quesadilla. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put it on to a frying pan with some hot oil on it and fry it up on both sides. We'll give this a nice sizzle on both sides. Got this one flipped over, just a few more minutes, and it'll be ready to come off the heat. Now, using my trusty pizza cutter, cut this across, and then this way. You want to do it while it's hot, because once these quesadillas get cold or they cool down, the tortilla shells on the outside get pretty crispy, and then they become kind of brittle. And there is our final product. Hope you guys enjoyed. These are my quesadillas.